All is quiet on the State House grounds this week, for the most part. Neither the House nor the Senate in session, but pub politics is always in session. We've got Joel Sawyer here on the Republican side, once again filling in for Wes, who is off doing Wes things.
That's right.
And Phil Bailey's always here
Consistent.
on the Democratic side. Consistent, as we mentioned last week. Two topics this week, guys, I want to get to. Let's start with the big Supreme Court national health care thing. It went down last week. The hearings, we should hear something from the Supreme Court in June. It's important because South Carolina is one of the states that is involved in this lawsuit. Attorney General Alan Wilson was up there for this. We don't know, we think we hear some rumblings about what the court may or may not do. We don't know for sure, though. We won't know until June. If it so happens, though, that the South Carolina, I guess, one of the states, quote unquote, wins this lawsuit, obviously, this is a big political win for Attorney General Alan Wilson. Joel?
It is, and it's a big political win for Republicans generally. Yeah. I mean, you can tell that President Obama is scared about this outcome. I mean, when he went out and basically threatened the court yesterday, saying that they were unelected, et cetera. You know, never mind that he was the guy who put a couple of the justices on there. But he certainly recognizes the political implication of this, and if his signature piece of legislation is struck down by this court, you know, it's going to become a big election issue in November.
Let's go on that, Phil. Will it become a huge election issue in November? Are people going to be talking about health care if, for example, well, actually, win or lose, whatever happens with the Supreme Court? I mean, if Obama wins this quote-unquote health care fight, I mean, will Democrats push it as an election issue as well? I mean, is this going to be a centerpiece of the
It's got to be an election issue regardless. I mean, this is a case that affects literally every single American, the outcome. And I think if it gets struck down, I think people are going to see the direct consequences of it. You know, people can go back to the days where they can be uninsured for a pre-existing condition. Children up to the age of 26 now can be bumped off their parents' health insurance policy. The limit of lifetime coverage will be gone. So there's going to be a lot of consequences. So people are going to feel that, people are going to understand that, and they're going to vote accordingly.
Does this mean, though, I mean, healthcare is something that we've, on a national level, have argued about for years, for decades, literally. There was something that I'm guessing the president came out and say, well, listen, I tried. You know, I got something done, and the Supreme Court said no. So what happens with healthcare then? I mean, is this something that'll be re-litigated no matter who wins the election in 2012 come 2013?
Look, I mean, something that Republicans and Democrats agree upon is that something has to be done about health care. We have to have health care reform.
The system's broken.
The system is broken, but at the same time, we have radically different prescriptions. Okay. Whereas the Democrats want to govern health care through government fiat, which ultimately is going to drive costs up for everyone and hurt small businesses, we want to take a more market-based approach, improving things and improving access to things like health savings accounts, which, incidentally, Obamacare lowered the limits on. So the things that we would encourage better choices, personal choices, those sorts of things are the very things that Obamacare hurt.
Are the Republicans, though, hurt in November because the nominee, which is going to be Mitt Romney, and because of his history in Massachusetts with health care?
You know, that's a very interesting question, and I think that, you know, of all the candidates out there on the Republican side, it's going to be most difficult for Mitt Romney to make the case that, you know, Obamacare is wrong, whereas the health care reform he pushed was right. You know, I think you can certainly make a federalist argument that what was right for one state is not right for another, but at the same time, it's going to be very interesting in a debate setting.
Democrats will no doubt bring that up about
Romney.
I
mean, the individual mandate, which is what the core of this case is about, is a Republican idea. It's a conservative idea. It's something that even the insurance industry was pushing, saying, look, if we're going to lower the cost, you gotta change the marketplace and require everybody into the pool. You just can't have some people sitting out, and that's going to, I mean, if some people sit out, that's going to do nothing to lower premiums, lower the cost of insurance. You know, Mitt Romney was the godfather of healthcare reform. It was modeled, what Obama did was modeled after what Romney did in Massachusetts.
Well, the Supreme Court expected to decide in June, so obviously we'll know more then, and we can talk about it once again on Pub Politics. I'm sure we will. Our final topic today is Governor Haley's book is now out. Originally, back in January was the original date, but now it is out. She is going on a bit of a national media tour, and then she'll have a book tour in South Carolina as well. You know, it's interesting because we're hearing some rumblings in South Carolina that some Tea Partiers in various cities around the state, and not too happy with what she's done so far in her first term. But she is still very much beloved on the national stage, national media. Mitt Romney, obviously, she endorsed him, and they're campaigning together every once in a while. How does that dynamic working out? I mean, it seems like if she has national aspirations at some point, it seems that she's off to a pretty good start, yet there are those who are predicting that she may only be a one-term governor here.
I mean, look, she's been very clear that she's focused on South Carolina. Now, in terms of the Tea Party discontent, if you read all those stories, there are 3 Tea Party people that they quote over and over and over again. Yeah. So, I don't know that 3 malcontents are indicative of a larger, movement or discontent with the governor. Yeah. I think it's phenomenal what she's doing in terms of giving the proceeds of the book to charity as well.
Well, I mean, look at the polling data. She's about below 50% among her own party, at 30-something percent statewide. Those are atrocious numbers. The problem is people of South Carolina know Nikki Haley. National media does not. They've got this preconceived narrative, and they're asking her softball questions. I invite national media folks to come down here and actually, talk to other people here in South Carolina and get the real story of Nikki Haley.
Maybe come and be on Pub Politics, the pub burn.
More the merrier, and we'll give them some good research.
Yeah, we should point out that she has said she's giving all the proceeds, including the advance she got for the book, to the charity that she created. Now, she also is, for a political donation, she will send you a autographed book, a free copy of the book with an autograph. Phil, I'm guessing you're not signing up for that promotion.
Absolutely not. I mean, this is.
Would you accept a free book? Just period.
No, I think I'd rather give to ETV and get a tote bag.
I think that I may donate in Phil's name.
That would be interesting. Maybe we could have her present the book to you on Pub Politics.
Although this is going to be the Democrats' ultimate gag gift for Christmas.
That would be fantastic. Now, again, the State House, House and Senate not in session this week, but is there a pub version of Pub Politics this week?
Yeah, we've got tomorrow. We're actually doing an episode on Thursday. With Senator Corson and Mayor Benjamin on Main Street in Columbia to highlight the what's happening in downtown Columbia.
And that is 6 o'clock on Thursday.
Yes.
And it's pubpoliticslive.com. That's the website where you can catch these guys. Joel Sawyer, once again, thank you for filling in for Wes. Phil Bailey, the stalwart, always here on Pub Politics.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming by. We'll see you guys next week.
Appreciate it.
All right, back to you.